So car rental services let you rent a car for that if you're going on vacation, say you're driving down to Myrtle Beach and you don't want to put the miles on your car, you can rent a car from these car rental services. Or say you're flying into Orlando airport to hang out in Disney World and you don't have a car and you want to be able to get around. Well, car rental services are usually at airports or in larger cities, and they let you rent the car so that you have some way to get around. But they have a clause in their contract. What they don't want you to do is if you're under 25, they don't want you to drive their cars. Be that, if you're a young adult flying in with yourself or with friends and you want to have a car to drive around, they won't let you. Or be that your parent, who obviously is over than 25, rents a car and would let their child drive it. The car rental companies don't allow that. Now, it makes you wonder, at 18 years old, we're considered legal adults. At 18 years old, you're allowed to buy a house, you're allowed to invest in the stock market. So why aren't you allowed to drive a rental car? Well, this is all based on statistics, and statistics say that people, or young adults between the ages of 16 and 25, are way more dangerous behind the wheel, are more accidents, and are more fatal, and not great drivers. But is that a reason to discriminate against the age bracket of 16 to 25? Discrimination is basically doing anything wrong or separating a group on age, gender, color, ethnicity, religion, any of those sort of things. So then we break this down, we say, well, anyone between the ages of 16 and 25 is not allowed to drive a car. I consider that to be illegal because it's discrimination. Now, one state, New York, actually made it illegal. They say, well, you have to let people above the age of 18 drive rental cars. But what they did, these car rental companies said, well, we know how to fix this. Basically, if you're 18 or above, you have to, between the bracket of 18 and 25, you pay a way larger fee of insurance and a down payment. So basically, they know 18 to 25-year-olds don't have that much money. So they say, well, we'll just make the price too expensive for them to rent, and they get around the law. But is that any different than not letting someone of color into a restaurant? You're prohibiting a service or a product from a special group of people. And it's not like, I can understand the bracket of 16 to 18 because they're not legal adults yet. But, from 18 to 25 should be completely legal. Or, for instance, my parents have car coverage. So if they were to wreck that rental car, it'd be completely covered. Why is it against the law for me, or not against the law, but for these companies to say, well, you can't drive this car? My parents have full coverage on me, my sister, and both of my parents. So why is it not allowed that I'm allowed to drive that rental car? My parents paid for it. They bought the service. That'd be about like us going into a restaurant and them saying, well, even though you guys are over 16, we can't serve you. You can't do that. It's discrimination. So why is it allowed for rental car companies to do this? And it's something that doesn't really get too much news coverage. It's one of those things where, oh, it's not the big deal. Well, let me give you a hypothetical situation. Most people are in their senior year or freshman year of college, or senior year of high school, freshman year of college, I should say. When they're in college and they want to go out and say, a group of your friends, you say, well, hey, we're in New York. We want to go to Myrtle Beach for spring break. We fly down there. Well, how you're supposed to get a car? You're anywhere between 18 and 22, 23, 24. You can't legally apparently rent a car. The car rental companies won't let you rent a car. And if you happen to be in New York and do it, they charge you such an absurd price that you can't afford it. Is this right? That'd be like going into a restaurant and then say, well, if you're this color, you pay this price. But if you're this color, we don't want you in here, so we're going to charge you this price. It's not right. It's discrimination. And even though you might say, well, the statistics show they're more dangerous. Well, if they're willing to have insurance, you should have no right to charge them more than anyone else. I mean, it's just plain simple facts. You give everyone a fair chance. And, people say, well, if they wreck the car, then they can't pay for it. Well, you make them have a way to prove they can pay for it. If they don't have insurance, they're not allowed to drive the car. If they have personal insurance, if you have personal insurance, you can't rent a rental car. So why should you be able to do it if you're, 16 to 25? And like I said previously, you can say, well, the 16 to 18 bracket you can't allow because they're not legal adults. That's fine. Make it anything over 18 years old you can't discriminate against. This is my personal opinion. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.